Super.
Welcome back to Local 2 at 5. If you're just joining us, boy, did you miss a doozy of a police chase this afternoon. It started in the Heights, ended up all the way west on I-10 in Brookshire. This was the car police were after, a white Chevy Suburban with one driver inside who took them up to speeds of 100 miles per hour. And finally, it took a shootout at his back right tire to end it.
And among those cars involved in the pursuit this afternoon, one of our very own, Joel Eisenbaum, was on board. He hasn't been able to set up a live signal to report just yet, but he is joining us on the telephone. Joel?
I think that's the guy. Hey, Bill, I'm sorry about that. They just moved this whole party over to the next exit on the road off of I-10. That's Peach Ridge Road. You've got probably, I don't know if you still have the chopper shot up, but maybe 10 police cars now on the frontage road. Interesting story, because as we pulled over on the highway, and of course we did that as safely as possible as this whole thing was going on, I mean, it completely shut down the Katy Freeway, I should say I-10, eastbound. And when they shut it down, they actually, I'm told, and this is just an initial report from one narcotics, an HCV narcotics officer who was apparently involved in this case. He told me we just picked up another guy who involved himself in the chase. We got some ground video of that man being arrested. I asked him, why'd you do it? He said, it wasn't me. So at least two people, as we understand it, have been arrested. I have not, with my own eyes, seen the first guy that was arrested, although we see that his truck, his Suburban, has been pulled over here now in Waller County, I believe it is, Peach Ridge Road. So we're trying to sort out exactly what's going on, but at this point, I believe we have 2 arrests and no injuries.
Okay, Joel, thank you very much. That's Joel Eisenbaum. He's also out at the scene of this high-speed pursuit that ended just west of Brookshire this afternoon. And he said he didn't see the first guy. And Joel, that first guy stands about 6'4" and goes about 240, I would say. He's in a Houston police car being brought back to Houston.
In the meantime, we're going to take a little break from this coverage, get over to Frank at the weather map and see what's going on. This is the start of a long holiday weekend for most people.
It is indeed, and it's a beautiful start. Look at that sunshine. Our Champion Energy camera out there in Discovery Green. We had a high today of 86, and that's where it is right now. 85 on the island, 83 in Conroe. It's going to be a warm, clear evening. Little patchy fog possible.
Extended on I-10.
If you're like me, ever notice when you're looking?
Pretty much just got in their cop cars and left. That was pretty much it. They took the lot and probably going to, search it with a fine-tooth comb over there. And this scene is pretty much wrapped up, and the suspect has been caught without any damage, which is some good news.
Yeah. That is probably the best bit of news, without any damage and without any injury to anyone else. But it is interesting how quickly they were able to get things done. We want to take just a quick look again at the very end of the chase here, where the driver appears to have just pulled over after almost 45 minutes of running and gotten out of the truck, out of the SUV, and immediately laid down on the pavement with his hands outstretched. Officers, as you see here, handcuffing him and searching him before they put him in the back of the squad car.
But what a wild chase it was. We're going to have more highlights here as well. And take a look at some of these pictures from earlier in the chase when he was on the west side there. He just clips that mirror. You can see it flying through the air. He clipped that vehicle, and that was after clipping several other vehicles. Right here, watch the sign topple over that he sort of just runs right down. He is traversing his way in and out of traffic on the west side of Garden Oaks, all over the place, and then to the north side, and then he finally goes, look at him, driving through lawns and businesses and parking lots and
this was the scary thing, where he would drive into these intersections and in some cases almost take on cars coming from the other direction. Here you see him driving on the median there. And this went on for what seemed like an endless amount of time, even there where officers tried to put out those spikes and flatten his tires, and it didn't work.
And that's where they tried to shut down the freeway. Well, they shut it down, but they left a lane open right for him, so he just continues to move right along, and it wide open area all the way to nearly Sealy, where he finally gives himself up, as we showed you the pictures earlier. But again, a 45-minute high-speed chase finally coming to conclusion. You saw it right here on ABC 13, as well as on Eyewitness News at 4 o'clock, and we showed it to you live, all while it was happening, and we will be back right after this.